all-time home run leaderboard. He's 6 away from Alex Rodriguez, 4th all-time. And the talk of getting to 700 home runs, he's come out during All-Star Week in Los Angeles and said, I'm not doing this to chase 700 home runs. This is my final year. Well, last night, Sean Casey, who's a career .302 hitter who retired for a reason, he wasn't going to have an everyday role, and he didn't want his career average, to go under 300. It meant something to him. Came out and said, if he gets close to 700, Albert's coming back. And no, he's not coming back. But then I looked at the numbers. And yes, he can hit left-handed pitching. No, he's not just hitting left-handed pitching. He's one of the best right-handed hitters against left-handed pitching in the sport. This isn't just among DHs. Only Paul Goldschmidt and Austin Riley have a higher OPS against southpaws than Albert Pujols. So, Dan, this wouldn't be a charity case for Albert to come back next year.
This is fun to watch because, the analytical community, and I'm not banging on him. Yeah, I am. They knocked this guy for a few years to make him sound like he was worthless to have on a team. Listen, what he did and what he does, he drives in runs. There's a skill in driving in runs. I know in black and white paper, you don't go, hey, how do you drive in runs? Some guys can drive in runs and some guys can't. This guy has driven in runs since he's put on a Cardinals uniform. And you could say what you want. Were the numbers at the end with the Angels, were they what he wanted to be? No. But he's found a home, and he's found a place where they're utilizing what he does, right? There was a time in my career where I couldn't get righties out. That's why I was a situational lefty. There was a time early on where I was as good as anybody in either league for about 4 or 5 years closing games. He's not that everyday guy, 35 home runs, 125 runs batted in. You could make a case his first handful of years. He was the one. You could compare his numbers to anybody that's ever put on a uniform.
It's the greatest start to a career of all time. 11 seasons of 300, 30 home runs, 100 RBIs. Yes. But the question is, if he hits 5 more home runs, he ends the year with 16 home runs. And now he's 5 away from 700. Does he come back to reach 700 home runs, yes or no?
Yes.
I'm going to say yes.
Because he looks like he's having fun right now.
And if you're the Cardinals, this is what makes him so dangerous. You look at what he was able to do today. He hammers left-handed pitching. And in a day and age where it's the universal DH, you're not worried about the pitcher hitting and double switches and all of that. He's actually more dangerous sitting over on the bench than playing every day. Because the other manager, you're worried about when is he going to pop him. He pinch hit today at a grand slam.
In the 3rd.
Yes. So when you start to think about winning matchups, you have a weapon sitting on your bench that is going to hammer left-handed pitching, and it's going to handcuff the other manager every time he go down in that bullpen to bring in a lefty. So I'm in.
And especially,
I'm in.
And especially,
Albert, come back. If you fall short, come back.
And especially now in the era of the 3-batter minimum. You bring a lefty in, if he doesn't get that last out, all of a sudden you go to a lefty.
Point.
You have a couple of guys. Starts an inning, 1 out. You
can guarantee that Albert could face a lefty.
Bingo.
Yes. If you bring in a left-handed reliever at any point and one guy gets on, you can guarantee that Albert can face a lefty.
Absolutely.
You can pop him.
Wow. I'm into this.
I think we talked him into it. Albert, I know he's watching.
Come on.
We talked him into it.
Hey, how about run down Babe Ruth? That kind of matters, right?
I'm just glad he's.
You run down Babe Ruth. If you get to 698, you're 16 away from Babe Ruth.
This is fun to watch because he's having fun again. And when he has a day like today where he drives in 5 and he hits a grand slam, he could still hit. I don't care. Is he the player he was 10 years ago? No, but he could still play.